This is Prasan Mukherjee, and I lead the practice of operations and supply chain management in a number of leading institutions in India. In today's world, firms, they compete with their supply chains. So therefore, the leaders of tomorrow are going to be those who would use supply chain as their strategic advantage. And most of the programs that I do with corporates from a diverse range of industries is about this very core theme. I would want to take you through 5 of the major frameworks that I use. And the first one, of course, is designing the operations and supply chain framework itself. And I start with taking participants through a number of thinkers of the past, what kind of frameworks they brought in. For example, J. Forrester, or Skinner, or Hayes and Wheelwright, or Joseph Pine too. And I bring them to the more modern thinkers like Tim Cook himself, or Vaughan, or Lee Jun, for example. And we get into those kind of puzzles of today, where supply chain leaders understand and deal with the questions as to what future world-class capabilities do we have to develop? Or let's say, what is it that we should not actually be doing? And look at this transformation in terms of capacity building, the right sort of strategic sourcing designs that would be required, or the development of the right operational frameworks and networks that we would need to be able to be successful. So this is the first one that we start with, and then we move into the second framework, which is around the optimization and the analytics that would be required. This is more quantitative heavy, but on the other hand, we normally want to look at these puzzles in terms of what can be applied through the Excel kind of tools. And we involve optimization models, multi-echelon inventory planning, linear programming, and sensitivity analysis, where the leaders look at the puzzles in terms of what and how would it help us to design things for the future that would make us deal with uncertainty in a much, much better manner. The third one is, of course, around mass customization itself and the operating model that is required to be able to solve these issues around scale and personalization. And we are dealing with platform strategies starting with postponement, modular process design, or simply the configuration space and the demand space and the solution space. How can we bring them together and create platform-based solutions which would deal with variety and be able to create solutions which are going to serve customers much better. The fourth one is around digital transformation, and this is across smart manufacturing systems and logistics and distribution, right up to sourcing, where we deal with how do we move from simple spend analytics to designing of our source to contract or supplier management or procure to pay kind of solutions. We also look at digital tools and techniques around control towers, the digital twins that would be required to solve problems in the smart manufacturing domain, AI-driven decision support systems, etc. And the participants learn that digital maturity changes the organizational behavior. The final one is, of course, logistics as a core discipline, but this is not just about movement and efficiency in movement, but it is more about creating the risk mitigation programs. How do we deal with geopolitical resilience, which is a very, very important topic of the current times? And we make the participants and leaders aware of these outcomes, which can be made far more sustainable. The final kind of a take on what we do in these programs is to make our goal very simple. That in this VUCA world, the leaders are going to be those who are going to proactively create great solutions while the uninitiated would be exposed to the vagaries of volatility. So that's how we would want to bring the leaders to the forefront of the current context. Thank you so much.